It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And up next, we'll see Jalen Hurts. He's your top dog in the league this season, ranking first in passing yards. It's the Eagles and the Giants, and it comes your way next.
We're situated about 8 miles west of New York City at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Out come the Eagles for the first time, and the man in charge at quarterback in his 5th year now, Jalen Hurts.
And what a first half of the season he's had, leading the NFL in passing yards to this point. He's been a tough man to slow down. So this defense certainly has its work cut out for him.
Now Saquon Barkley, a man who played collegiately here in the Keystone State. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. The numbers for him from a week ago. 18 carries, 59 yards.
I can't remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first. But they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that. But they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
This pass hauled in by Dotson. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Brown goes in motion left. Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
And this is an offense that's #1 in the NFL in rushing, and you know that has to be the focus of any game plan defensively. But they can throw it, too, as evidence right there. And they move the chains here on this opening drive.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 38. Up the middle with Barkley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Dexter Lawrence finding his way through defensively for the stop. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. They'll give it to Barkley off the option play. And it looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves him with 7 yards to go on 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing is Hurts. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Dexter Lawrence able to record his 5th sack of the season. Now Jake Elliott, earlier in his career, he beat these Giants with a 61-yarder. This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. The kick by Elliott is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So now here are the Giants as they'll get their first opportunity here. As we get a peek at their dynamic signal caller hailing from Mississippi State, it's Dak Prescott.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Here's Prescott. That's complete to Slayton. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4. Now Prescott. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
Looking to throw. Prescott. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. That's big Jordan Davis powering in to drop him. The start of this game shaping up nicely on that visiting sideline.
Yeah, how about that? You get your points on the opening drive. Then you get a big sack there on 3rd down, and you make the home crowd go, shh.
There is a hush indeed. On 4th down, Jamie Gillen on to punt for the Giants. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. Rodgers on the return. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The Eagles offense and their quarterback coming out for their 2nd drive. And he continues to show off his ability to run the football when the opportunity is right. He is the NFL leader in rushing yards from the QB position. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Here's a fake on the jet sweep as he'll go instead with Barkley. And he pushes through a would-be tackler to get about 3 yards, 2nd down. 2nd and 7. Hurts. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Kayvon Thibodeau from his outside linebacker spot gets him down there for a loss of 4. So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here, 3rd and long. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Give them 32 on the play. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
In motion left comes Brown. From the gun, it's Hurts. Over the middle to Smith. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be 3rd down. Here's Hurts to throw. Goes right back to Smith again. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Eagles are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Back to throw again. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Dallas Goedert, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles are able to stretch out their lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And the drive was all finished off on the touchdown catch by Dallas Goedert. So an early 10-0 lead for him now as they kick it away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Prescott to throw it. The throw out wide going to be incomplete. You look at this Eagle defense. They're in the spot statistically that you don't want to be in against the pass. Number 32 in the league, dead last.
And it's really difficult to prepare for this team. This is a #1 overall passing team in the NFL, but it shouldn't be hard to get excited about playing against them. The ultimate test going against that unit.
And that's why you and I are excited to broadcast this game.
Yes, sir.
Here's 3rd and 3. Now Prescott. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Devin Singletary with his first carry of the game. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 20 carries, 60 yards.
Just an all-right day from him last week. He really didn't break out for the huge yardage he had hoped going in. I talked with him before the game, though, and he knows this is a new, fresh opportunity. He's put last week behind him, and his focus, getting some extra yardage with every carry he receives this week.
So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and it'll be a 3rd and about 13. And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That is caught. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
Seems like all the fireworks in this first quarter have been on the other sideline, but here they're saying, hey, we've got some explosive guys on our side too. And that's a big play in a game that's looking like it might be full of big plays.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
He'll get this to Devin Singletary out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. A tall task ahead of them here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Throwing, Prescott. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 19. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. A give up the middle to Singletary. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. He will push his way down to about the 14. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5. Yeah, here we go. Wait, check.
Here's Prescott. He's got the hook up there to Neighbors. And the Giants are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
They run here with Singletary. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
As long as you've been the air attack that's gotten them down here, but now is where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on 1st and goal.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Malik Neighbors with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Giants have got it back to within a score. So that's the rookie's first trip to the end zone, and I think it's safe to say one he'll always remember.
Oh, without a doubt. That one is going to be imprinted forever. And nowadays, we're seeing rookies make a greater impact at that position at receiver than ever before. I think mainly because of the sheer volume of footballs that they catch in college.
That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. So here are the Eagles to take over. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. They'll start with the option. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. They'll look to throw. Quick slant here to Smith. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. The Eagles at a disappointing 1-4 as they start play. They come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. 2nd down and a little more than a yard here. Now back to throw. That one complete down the field to Smith. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Devontae Smith, 55 yards. And the Eagles are able to widen their advantage. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play, and just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
Elliott good with a PAT, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it was finished off by a touchdown from Devontae Smith. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. New York ready to go again offensively. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having...
And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Darius Slayton, 64 yards. And the Giants are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Extra point try good by Gano. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. This is 2nd and 8. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Hurts sets up to throw it. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 4. Hurts going to keep it running right. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. A gain of 8 on the keeper and a first down. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
Throwing on 2nd down. Hurts. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
Eluding the pressure right. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a first.
No surprise to see his sideline fired up by that big play. Heck, we're fired up, and we're supposed to be neutral. That's a quarterback putting his body on the line to fight and just barely get the first down. When he does something like that, it gets everyone ready to lay it all out there and try and match his intensity.
17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
They'll look to throw now on first down. This will be caught inside the 10. And the Eagles are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Saquon Barkley with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
And as a defensive coordinator, you're almost in a no-win situation down here near the goal line. You know how dangerous Jalen Hurts is when he holds on to it. You've got to be prepared to stay with him. So when he hands it off, if you're slow in reacting, this is going to be the result.
Elliott good on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it's capped off by a touchdown run from Saquon Barkley. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Darius Slayton and the rest of this offense about to begin their next drive.
Making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but he's shredding defenses, getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. Second down. Ball on the 30 now. Here's a second down and 6.
Play action now. Prescott staying on his feet. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down.
Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. This offense so far on third down, they've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 17. To throw is Prescott. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. A solid run of 11 there as he tucked it and ran, but he's still short of the marker at its 4th.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on second down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. On the return, it's Rodgers. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return.
And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Throwing is Hurts.
It's complete to Brown, right side.
And A.J. going to pick up an Eagles first down as he'll get this up to the 39. They go play action with Hurts.
He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one goes for 24 yards.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
A first down carry for Barkley. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
44 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. This 2nd and 4. Hurts.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else.
They have pressure coming, and they got him once again.
Isaiah Simmons getting by the offensive line and dropping the quarterback. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. But back deep for the Giants is Dory Jackson.
And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot.
Darius Slayton and the rest of this offense about to begin their next drive.
He's done his part, but so far it's been in a losing effort, so they've got to fix something.
But that doesn't mean changing anything, the way they're throwing the ball around and his catches and production. Keep doing that, They're going to have to fix some things likely on defense to try and slow down their opponents.
And so far, he's north of 100 yards receiving.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
On first down, they stick with Singletary. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 16 more on that one and another first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
They'll run on first down with Singletary. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
They go right back to Singletary. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Here's 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Eagles' 42-yard line.
Looking to throw. Prescott. Open man is the rookie, Theo Johnson. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 31-yard line.
That's another New York Giants.
Now Prescott. Again, it's Johnson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. 2nd and a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 23-yard line.
Prescott off play action. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
And they'll run the option on 3rd and short yardage. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. They'll try the field goal now with Graham Gano. This a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. Gano's kick is good, and this is back down to a 7-point game. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Eagles offense and Jalen Hurts ready to take over once more. And he's had things all his way in this first half. The numbers sensational as he'll look to add to them with another drive here. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They'll start by running the option to the right. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. Here's Hurts to throw. This short throw caught by Goddard. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8. They'll drop the throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Back to throw now on first down. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. It's Barkley on the counter. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. 63 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Dancing to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Brian Burns flying in there and dropping it for the sack. But, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. They'll set up to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Let's spotlight Devin Singletary as this offense comes back out. They're behind in the first half here, CD, but it's not through any fault of their running back. He's had a strong start to this one.
And you're right about that, partner, because watching him play, you would think that his team is in the lead. He has been a lot of fun in this contest. Now let's see if they can actually make something happen and put more points on the board behind his efforts.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, Charles, if they can play complementary football and get that passing game going as well. Now Prescott. There's a short one caught by Johnson. Just a gain of a couple there. And 3rd and 1 now. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Prescott from the gun. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. A reminder coming up here at halftime. We'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first half highlights and analysis from a back and forth first half that we've seen. This one is Slayton over the middle. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Prescott. That one taken in by Neighbors. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now a 2nd and 2. Prescott now. Toward the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. To the air again, Prescott. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Prescott to throw it. Catch made by Slayton. What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. This will be caught inside the 10. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. He's got it. And the Giants are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. And again, it's Prescott. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. Darius Slayton as the first half is winding down. And the Giants are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. So the late touchdown there, and that certainly changes things as we move toward halftime.
Yeah, and there's a potential for things to change even more because, remember, they get the ball first to start the 3rd quarter. So they could potentially double up here and take the lead. A great opportunity for them.
Gano the extra point, and the lead is down to a field goal. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. And the tackle there by Micah McFadden. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. We get things started with a good one in the NFC. Seattle traveling down south to take on Atlanta at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And it's the visiting side who had the lead in that one. Rondale Moore, a touchdown reception. From there, it's up to Highmark Stadium to check in on the Bills. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. Calvin Ridley, a touchdown reception. Finally, we head to the shores of Lake Erie. See what's going on with the Cleveland Browns. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. Patrick Mahomes killing it. 3 touchdown passes. Here, it was the always dangerous Saquon Barkley with the impressive first half. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This was a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break. Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Well, now how about this return? And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return. The Giants offense and Dak Prescott getting ready to go once more. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. He's got this offense rolling right now. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Giants! Dak Prescott now 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Giants come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
And that third counter there gives them the lead, and it's obvious they've needed everything that he's given them today. The 3 touchdowns, that's impressive, but without them, they're not winning this game.
Gano now to add the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense and running back Saquon Barkley ready to get going again. And he's made his presence felt in the passing game throughout the season. You look at the NFL's leader in receiving yards by a running back, his name right there at the top.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Here comes third and the length of the football. Again, it's Barkley. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool him on that play.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt, and it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. Throwing, Prescott. Over the middle, he completes it to Robinson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. The ball on the 32, it's 2nd and 2.
2nd and 2 at the 32-yard line.
To throw is Prescott. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Here's Prescott. There's a short one caught by Johnson. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a 1st down. Here's Prescott. Over the middle, taken in by Neighbors. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 1st down for the Giants as they pick up 12. Play action now, Prescott. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Singletary, they'll go up the middle. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. They'll try and run for this with Singletary. And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to move the sticks with a gain of 4 on 3rd and inches.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on 3rd down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right. They need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. Looking to throw, Prescott. That's complete. It's Neighbors. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. From the 31, here's 2nd down and 2. Now Prescott. That ball caught by Slayton. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Darius Slayton, 31 yards, as his guys are able to extend their lead. So that one, his 4th touchdown catch of the game, 1 behind the all-time record of 5. Gano for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Hurts sets up to throw it. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. From the 35, here's 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's Hurts. Being chased out left. And he'll go out of bounds, it appears, right at the 45. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. Barkley, inside handoff. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. 71 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Here's Hurts to throw. It's caught. Smith. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 38-yard line. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Here's a fake on the jet sweep as he'll go instead with Barkley. And some oohs and ahs from the crowd as he jukes his way forward for a couple of yards. Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8. Throwing is Hurts. Out route pass complete to Goddard. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 68 yards receiving now for him in the game. And a first down on that last catch as well. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pick up a 3.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
On 2nd and goal, there's an option play left. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Jalen Hurts. His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 19 on the year. And the Eagles are back within a score.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
Eagles offense staying out there. Of course, Hurts always a threat to run. They'll go for 2. They'll try and run it here. And he's not going to get in. It's a try for 2. Comes up empty. So they will be unable to cut this to a field goal as the differential remains 5. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And bulldozing his way through. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Giants offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him. And he'll look to keep it rolling right here. This is caught by Robinson. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. And now following that last play, I do believe we're going to get a review here. Yes, indeed, the red flag is out. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down.
On gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Singletary again. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Off the play fake, Prescott. That's caught downfield by Neighbors. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 36 yards on the play.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now Prescott. Throws to his man on the out route. It's complete. That's Robinson. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
At the 15-yard line.
Prescott. Finding Johnson on the out route. That's complete. And he will take it all in for a giant touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Giants get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. So add another one into the touchdown column. What a game. That is now 6 touchdown passes for him so far in this one. Extra point try good by Gano. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. That time a 6-play drive. And it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Eagles just about set to go to work on offense. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got them pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Hurts. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Again, he'll drop to throw. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. On 3rd down, they go with Singletary. And he's going to be marked down short of the first down, right around the 17. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on 1st and 2nd down, needing long yardage to try and pick up a 1st down, and they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on 4th down, but guess what? It all started with what happened on 1st and 2nd down. Really put them behind the 8 ball.
37 yards on the punt with no return. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now Hurts on the option right.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. He has enough for the 1st down on the keeper, a gain of 6.
And this is one of those plays that if you can use it to keep the chains moving, it's a good play. And not only that, it tends to tamp down the pass rushers because they have to recognize this play and stay at home. The quarterback uses it well. Read option, keeps it, and picks up a 1st down with some nice running.
So the completion gets him just a yard, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Up the middle with Barkley, and he'll be brought down at about the 42. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7. They'll set up a throw. This short throw caught by Goddard. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the 1st. They get him to the ground at the 37. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on 3rd down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a 1st down.
The kick by Elliott is good. And that lead is back down to 9 now.
So give them 3 on that drive. You know, normally you'd say, we'll take it. But the way points have been flying around, it feels like a little bit of a letdown.
Yeah, you just have to wonder, are field goals going to be enough? Because as you pointed out, the way touchdowns have been scored, does kicking a field goal actually put you at a disadvantage the rest of the way?
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 1st downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Going right side, he finds Slayton. And he'll be taken down well before the 1st at about the 36-yard line. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long. Here's Jamie Gillen down as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Rodgers to return it. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
A handoff to Barkley on the option.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. A gain of 3, 2nd down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. It's the Eagles behind on the scoreboard, but with the football here as we start the fourth quarter. From the 45 on second down, Hurts. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's third down. He'll drop to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 41-yard line. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? This is Smith with a grab. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Back to throw again. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now a 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on third. They'll drop to throw. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Saquon Barkley. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Eagles have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Elliott on for the extra point. And the lead is down to 2. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it's capped off by a receiving touchdown from Saquon Barkley. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The home team's offense and running back Devin Singletary headed back onto the field. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter. On play action, Prescott. And that's going to be caught downfield by Slayton. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. It's a big-time play there for the G-men. 46 yards.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
A give up the middle to Singletary. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the fourth quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand they're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's third down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Play action now, Prescott. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They run here with Singletary. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
That's good power football on first and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Giants are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead. So that is going to tie an NFL record that has stood for more than 70 years. 7 touchdown passes in 1 game. It was first done by Sid Luckman of the Bears in 1943, then by Adrian Burke of the Eagles in 54, and now that mark equaled here in this one. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Philadelphia's offense ready to go again. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Shifty footwork gets him a little extra on the play. From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 5. They'll look to throw here. Here's a screen with Gainwell. Give him 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively, and the key to any screen play is space to work, and there was none to be found there, and they tackle him for just a short gain.
Hurts sets up to throw it. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Slot man moves right. They're going on 4th down with Hurts. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And the Giants are going to take over in great field position. Down 2 scores. I guess they felt like they needed to go for it. They must have thought they had a play to dial up that they could get it. It didn't work out.
They must have thought, as you pointed out, they had a play, and they were probably looking at the number of possessions that they thought were left in the game. And down 2 scores, they must have felt like they couldn't risk not taking a shot here and giving up that chance.
From the 29, here's 2nd and 3. Here's Prescott. This one to Slayton over the middle. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. His record-setting ball game just continues. I mean, we're getting into silly territory here. He is closing in on 400 yards. Now Prescott. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. 2nd and 2, first down marker at the 5-yard line. To throw is Prescott. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Dak Prescott taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Giants are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. The Giant offense going to stay on the field as they'll go for 2. Prescott, they're going to throw for it. And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. So they go with the pass, and it works there on the two-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on two-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational, and you have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a two-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. And out now come the Eagles. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat. Here's Hurts to throw. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down. Throwing is Hurts. He finds Saquon Barkley on the slant. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
A gain of 4 yards. And an Eagle first down.
He'll look to throw. And this will be caught by Brown. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. 2 yards to go, second down. Now back to throw. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Hurts. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10, right at the 40. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Buried behind the line by Azeez Ojulari. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. He'll look to throw. That ball caught by his rookie wideout. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 30. 12 yards there as they move the chains. From the gun, it's Hurts. That's complete. It's Okuwebunam. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Over the middle, complete. It's Smith. And Devontae going to pick up the Eagles' first down as a tackle made at the 15-yard line. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Azeez Ojulari picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Another try after the first down sack. Hurts. Throw out wide is incomplete.
Down several scores and playing behind the chains is not the way to have success in this one. Right now, if you're the offensive line, your big concern, protecting your quarterback and even a chance to try and throw something downfield to pick up the needed yardage.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Back to throw.
And it'll be intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Giants are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
Possession switching back to the New York Giants. And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 109 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll run out of the gun with Singletary. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Singletary here running out of the gun. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Giants, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, the losses are piling up as they drop to 1-5 now. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.